Yeah, Bridget!
Please rise for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Good evening to everyone present here tonight. I'm Nathan Birdwell, the Senior Class President for the Class of 2023. On behalf of our class, I welcome you here to this commencement, which is a huge milestone for all of us. None of us would be here today without the continued support of our teachers, mentors, friends, and especially our families. Now, I'll be brief, but I'd like to say a few things. I know we've all been looking forward to this moment, and some of us have even been dreaming of it since our freshman year. I know I started looking at colleges before I even finished my first year of high school. This class is definitely a goal-driven group of students. However, as we start setting these checkpoints of accomplishments, it gets very easy to lose sight of where we are and where we're going. Now, while I was at my college's Admitted Students Day, there was a speaker that put something into perspective. She talked about her experience with school and how instead of rushing into the future and losing sight of what's going on in the now, it's important that we should remember two words. What's next? What is next? I know where I want to be in 15 years. On the contrary, thinking about where I'll be at that time freaks me out. I then imagine all the things I'll have to do to get there. It's like looking into the distance and seeing a light, but guessing what's going to happen on that dark path. Now, my mom loves to send me Instagram reels, mostly memes about being a mom and dealing with her kids, but this one I opened was a quote. It comes from the story, The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse, and it goes like this. "I can't see a way through," said the boy. "Can you see your next step?" "Yes." "Just take that," said the horse. One step at a time. That's all it takes. Think about what's next and not what's later. Mr. Vaccaro does this thing every year on prom to help us remember to make good choices, so I modified it a little to give a little visual. So our lives are about this big, and we are here. It may seem like 18 years has been a long time, and we've already lived a whole life, but it's only just a little bit. And instead of rushing to get to here, we should take the time and make our way each step up to the future. Class of 2023, think about what's next for you. After this milestone, where is the road going to take you? While you're on that road, look out the window, because while our goals are our destinations, it's about how we get there that truly matters. Take it one step at a time, class of 2023. Thank you.
I always knew this day would come. We'd be standing one by one, with our future in our hands. So many dreams, so many plans. I always knew after all these years, there'd be laughter, there'd be tears. But never thought I'd walk away with so much joy, but so much pain. And it's so hard to say goodbye.
The day's gone, we gotta keep moving on. I'm so thankful for the moments, so glad I got to know you. The time that we had, I'll keep like a photograph and hold you in my heart forever. I'll always remember
Another chapter in the book. Can't go back, but you can look. There we are on every page. Memories I'll always say. Only open doors. We don't know where we're going towards. Inside, but it's so hard to say goodbye.
Day's gone, we've gotta keep moving on. I'm so thankful for the moment, so glad I got to know you. The times that we had, I'll keep like a photograph, hold you in my heart forever. I'll always remember you.
Every day that we had, all the we're inside. The times that we shared, everyone, everywhere. You touched my life. And one day we look back, we'll smile and laugh. Right now we just cry, 'cause it's so hard to say goodbye. Yesterday's gone, we gotta keep moving on. I'm so thankful for the moments, so glad I got to know you. Times that we had, I'll keep like a photograph and hold you in my heart forever. I'll always remember you.
Good evening, everyone. Often, as we finish up our senior year of high school, our minds can become flooded with summer plans, college, work, vacations, but I ask us to just take a moment to clear all of the clutter from our minds and appreciate the lessons we have learned, not only in the past 4 years, but throughout our time at Haddon Township. A couple of lessons I appreciate the most are the ones that have taught me resilience and empathy. During my sophomore year, I began experiencing a lot of health issues. I went to several doctors, many who blew me off or told me I was faking it. In fact, many people I thought were my friends said I was just being dramatic. After months of severe pain and what felt like hundreds of doctor's appointments, I was finally diagnosed with an autoimmune disease. These types of diseases come in many different forms, but mine makes my immune system try to destroy my bones, specifically my jawbone. I went from being afraid of getting a shot at my yearly checkup to getting an IV every week. Luckily, I found a wonderful rheumatologist who made me feel heard and did everything in her power to help me. Through this process, I learned how to stick up for myself. It was imperative for me to be able to say how I feel at these doctor's appointments, and this resilience stayed with me through other hardships. Unfortunately, my disease is invisible to most, which resulted in a lot of judgment. Due to surgeries and many bad reactions to medications, I could no longer attend school during normal hours for the last few months of my junior year. I didn't give up though. I worked twice as hard as others had to in order to keep up. I've always been very competitive, and I was not about to lose to this disease. I can happily say I'm living with, proud of, and controlling my disease. Not everyone had the same outlook I had, though. Many people still called me dramatic and would ridicule me for being out of school. What they didn't know was that their words were just making me more resilient and made them look worse. When people would say things like, "It's so easy for you," I would often think, I wish we could switch spots then. But I now realize I would never want to switch spots with these people because I learned an important lesson that they didn't. My physical health also had a massive impact on my mental health. Dancing has been my passion since I was 2 years old, and this disease was making it hard for me to keep up with my intense dance schedule. Not being able to do what I love made me spiral into depression and also develop anxiety. 2 more invisible illnesses that many people struggle with. So to the people who also struggle with these, know that you will come out the other end stronger. And to those of you who are quick to judge these people, understand that one day you may be the one struggling, crying, or in pain. This is why empathy is so important. Because of my incredible support system, I was able to continue my life the way I wanted to. My parents and brother Nick were encouraging, patient, and are always my #1 supporters. They gave me everything I needed, including weekly Starbucks. My dance teachers allowed me to take things at my own pace and never gave up on me. I've had a lot of friends who stopped caring, ridiculed me, or left me, but I never let it stop me from doing what I love. These so-called friends tried to tear me down, and they were doing a pretty good job for a while. But some girls at my dance studio reminded me of the person I am and who I want to be. So Franny, Isabel, Mallory, Ellie, Emmy, and Bella, I owe you an enormous amount of gratitude for building me back up when I was broken. You made me find my love of dance again and taught me what being a real friend is about. Without you, I would not be where I am today. My point in including this is not for pity, but to show people how much words matter. I used to let people's words get to me, but I realized that it was only holding me back. Because in the future, we won't remember who won what scholarship, who was the captain of the team, the grade we got on a test, or what rank we came in. We will remember the lessons we learned from these experiences. This is what defines winners from losers. People who learn from their mistakes versus people who don't. So as the class of 2023 goes on to new adventures, I hope you take this with you. Think about the person you want to be and be that person. That person is not defined by illness, physical or mental, and is certainly not defined by others. If you live your life with resilience and empathy, I promise you will be happy and successful. Thank you.
On behalf of the class of 2023, it gives me great pleasure to present to Mr. O'Brien our donations to the Heron Project Club, the Food Bank of South Jersey, and to the Goodwin Holocaust Museum. Each of these programs have shown to benefit and support our community, and we hope that our gifts will continue to help and support our community in the future.
On behalf of these wonderful organizations, I gratefully accept these generous and thoughtful gifts. Thank you, Evan.
Good evening. They say high school is a time where we are supposed to figure out who we are, but it's also the period of our lives when we are the most insecure. With every day and every class we took, we learned more about the world around us and how we fit into it, or rather, how we didn't. We consider ourselves the sun, the center of the universe, and have to coexist and survive in a world where everyone else is their own sun too. Whether it's by collecting awards and scholarships, making friends, joining teams, or getting likes on TikTok, we all do things to prove to ourselves that we are the sun, the main character. And these things feel good, really good. But they don't change the fact that suns are the ones to produce their own light. Class of 2023, tonight I want to remind you of a few things we've learned along the way. Lessons from every subject that have helped us figure ourselves out a bit better and shine brighter as we move on to our next steps. This year, Mr. Gluckman's class read a play called The Real Thing. If you weren't in that class, consider yourself lucky, because it was pretty damn confusing. I'll spare the spark notes, but after we read it, we had a discussion about coffee mugs. The idea was that if everyone stood around a mug, some people would see the handle and some wouldn't. And you had to debate whether the mug had a handle or not from your perspective. During the discussion, Mr. Gluckman pointed out that, handle or not, it was still a mug. Handle or no handle, the different ways people perceive us doesn't change who we are. No matter what you do, you'll be yourself. In government with Mr. Dusak, we learned about the bravery and courage that it took for our nation to take its future into its own hands. The Constitution is chock full of expectations for a better future for the children of revolutionaries. In the face of all kinds of political turmoil and social upheaval, we always have faith in ourselves and in each other, because that's the American spirit. We'll use that optimism going forward. When the founders felt that the molds no longer fit them, they forged a path ahead. We, too, will refuse to conform to the norms of the past and blaze our own trails. In Ms. Frasco's biology class, we learned about the competitive exclusion principle, which says that different species occupy different niches in their communities. Just like them, we each play a different role in the Haddon Township community, bringing our unique personalities and talents to the classroom, stage, and field as we diversify and strengthen our ecosystem. Just about everywhere in this school, we found the freedom to express ourselves and explore our own interests. Whether it's by researching obscure calculus topics or writing a long-winded essay about 1928 presidential candidate Al Smith, we've always been provided the space to grow, and it's something we'll always be grateful for. Teachers, I'm sorry, but we might not remember a lot from your classes. After a year, we'll forget about the exclusion principle. After 4, we'll forget how many Federalist Papers there were. And I already forgot who wrote The Real Thing. But we, the class of 2023, won't forget the lessons we learned between the lines of the curriculum. We'll remember that we're the main characters, that we have to stand up for our values and not let others' perceptions of us influence our own values. That our value comes from who we are, that by simply being ourselves is enough to be valuable, because we say we're valuable. So go forth and shine, be the sun. Congratulations, class of 2023.
Good evening, parents, relatives, and friends, and welcome to the commencement exercises of Haddon Township High School. Tonight, the community celebrates the class of 2023, for graduation is a source of pride for everyone in Haddon Township. Accordingly, I am pleased to acknowledge the presence of Mayor Randall Teague and our commissioners, Mr. Ryan Linhart and Mr. James Mulroy. Ladies and gentlemen, overseeing the policies and operation of the Haddon Township School District is the responsibility of the Board of Education and Central Administration. At this point, I will ask that they stand as I call their names individually. President, Mrs. Kelly Hinkle. Vice President, Mrs. Marie Desi. Board members, Mrs. Renee Billingsley, Mr. John Kendall, Mr. James Lex, Mr. David Ricci, Mrs. Allison Rodman, Mrs. Kristen Souder, and Ms. Isis Williams. The Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Robert Fisicaro. Business Administrator, Mrs. Jennifer Bald. Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum and Instruction, Mrs. Chantel Shorter. And our Assistant Principals, Mr. Melvin Allen and Mr. Kevin Greway. This ceremony would not be possible without the dedicated professionalism of our teachers. Faculty members, please stand to be honored. I would ask now that you recognize the efforts of 11 district staff members who will be retiring after a combined 283 years of outstanding service to our great school district. They are Sean Agnew, Patricia Cooper, Stephen Casabun, John Gluckman, Michael Green, Karen Kick, Sarah Levecki, Kathy McCutcheon, Kathy Santiago Jones, Sylvia Smith, and Linda Webb. And now, graduates, it is time to honor your parents with appreciative applause. Thank you, parents, for all you do. Ladies and gentlemen, now please direct your attention to the program as I announce our top 10 students. Students, please stand as I call your name and remain standing. Valedictorian, Ryan Earhart. Salutatorian, Alyssa Walton. Third in the class, Spencer Howard. Also third in the class, Colin Colby. Fifth in the class, Megan Moran. Sixth in the class, Colin Dempsey. Also sixth in the class, Joshua Dykus. Eighth in the class, Anna Minuti. Ninth in the class, Corbin Tinker. And 10th in the class, Amelia Miller. Thank you. You may be seated. Each year, very generous donors present awards and scholarships to our graduates, and it is with grateful pride that I read the names of this year's recipients. I would ask that each recipient stand for a moment of recognition and then be seated. The USMC First Lieutenant Jason D. Mann Memorial Scholarship, Lily Santamoro. Outstanding Community Service Scholarship, Westmont Fire Company No. 1 and Ladies Auxiliary, Haley Bresch, Caroline Pelosa, and Alexa Kozarski. The American Legion Oakland Bettlewood Ladies Auxiliary Unit 84 Memorial Fund Scholarship, Seamus Tulane. The Louis J. Ricchino Memorial Scholarship, Megan Lex. The Outstanding Service and Leader Scholarship from the Westmont Lions Club Foundation, Luke Chatton and Brady Sullivan. The Jean Tersekis Shantakaitis Memorial Scholarship, Ethan Blatcher. The Paul A. Conlon Memorial Scholarship, Nicholas Munoz. The Charles and Marie McNamee Memorial Scholarship, Ella Giroux. The Guaranteed Rate Athletic Scholarship, Jairo Padine Jr. The Frederick C. and Loretta B. Landgraf Memorial Scholarship, Charlotte Osborne. The Bill Schmidt Scholarship, Graham Loram and Brady Sullivan. The William Elizabeth Wolfe Future in Education Scholarship, Charlotte Osborne. The Dave Bartlett Memorial Scholarship, Natalie Dinnerman. The American Red Cross Scholarship, Brady Sullivan. The Arts Initiative at Ovations Performing Arts Excellence Scholarship, Grace O'Mara. The HTHS Facilities Scholarship, Luke Watson. The Luann Merck Memorial Scholarship, Megan Lex. The Haddon Township High School Bart Payne Hall of Fame Scholarships, Luke Chatton, Lily Santamora, and for community service, Sarah Lex. The Dan Saglia Rotary Scholarships, Luke Chatton and Lucy Jandoli. Scholarship for a student pursuing a career in education in memory of Sue Ray, Caitlin Kuna, and Joshua Dockery. The Barbara Jean Hoffman Class of '82 Memorial Scholarship, Nora Bradley. The Kiwanis Club of the Haddon Scholarship, Lucy Jandoli. The Amelia Perry Memorial Scholarship, Ava Moran. The HTAA Academic and Athletic Achievement Scholarships, Ryan Earhart and Megan Lex. The HTAA Chuck Moser Memorial Scholarship for Outstanding Sportsmanship, Luke Chatton and Sarah Wiedemann. The HTAA Ralph Ravella Memorial Scholarship, Athena Konstantakis and Ryan Schultz. The Bob Davey Memorial Scholarship, Landon Maroney and Maggie Mulligan. The Roar Middle School Student Council Scholarship, Spencer Howard. Sharon and Mark Ravitz Distinguished Character Scholarship, Luke Chatton. The Kevin McNamara Memorial Scholarship, Graham Loram. The Bruce Ratner Scholarship, Alexandria Konstantakis. The James F. Lamb Memorial Scholarship, Dominic Miller. The Tom Curley Outstanding Contribution Scholarship, Megan Lex and Sarah Wiedemann. The Anne Marie Lynch Memorial Scholarships, Nora Anderson, Charles Balaban, Valentine Soltis, and Brady Sullivan. The Daniel and Catherine Ebert Memorial Scholarship, Ella Giroux and Dominic Miller. The Joe Fallon Memorial Arts Scholarship, Nathan Birdwell and Brian Stewart. The Sterling Michael Peterman Memorial Scholarship, Colin Dempsey. The McCutcheon Nursing Scholarship, Sarah Lex. The Nancy Robinson Class of 1966 Nursing Scholarship, Sophia Parks. The Althea Hyde Hope Memorial Scholarship, Maggie Fleming and Anna Minuti. The Coach Tom Curley Legacy Scholarship, Zachary Gruber. The Sandra Marr Memorial Performing Arts Scholarship, Bridget Bonner and Jessica Halley. The Michael Anthony Dapalone Memorial Scholarship, Maggie Mulligan. The Jeff Zimmerman Class of 71 Memorial Scholarship, Luke Chatton. The Haddon Township Zone PTA Scholarships, Alexandria Konstantakis, Athena Konstantakis, Colin Dempsey, Spencer Howard, Lucy Jandoli, Sophia Parks, and Brady Sullivan. The Donetta Marconi Memorial Scholarship, Brady Sullivan. Lori Dickinson Foster Memorial Tennis Scholarship, Ryan Earhart and Lucy Jandoli. The Haddon Township Education Association Scholarship, Maggie Mulligan. The Mark Springer and George Meyer Jr. Memorial Scholarships, Sarah Lex and Brady Sullivan. The Friends and Colleagues of Bill Conlon Performing Arts Scholarships, Nathan Birdwell and Liam Bagnell. The Franklin P. Jackson III Memorial Professional Scholarship, Sarah Wiedemann. New Jersey Buildings and Grounds Scholarship, Megan Lex. The Dave Borton Love of the Game Baseball Scholarship, Ryan Schultz. The Teen Tax Solutions Scholarship, Alexa Kozarski. The Daniel N. Santora Jr. Class of 73 Memorial Scholarships, Brady Sullivan and Alyssa Walton. The Craig Klein Class of 88 Memorial Scholarship, Ethan Blatcher. The New Jersey Principals and Supervisors Association Student Leadership Scholarship, Spencer Howard. Lori Dickinson Foster Humanitarian Scholarship, Maggie Mulligan. The Danielle Kasulis Memorial Scholarship, Sophia Parks. The Paul F. Gilligan III Memorial Scholarship, Colin Colby and Brady Sullivan. The William G. Rohrer Scholarships, Athena Konstantakis, Sophia Konstantakis, Spencer Howard, Brady Sullivan, and Sarah Wiedemann. And the Bobby Fulton Scholarship, Colin Colby. Included in the program is a list of awards already presented to members of the class of 2023 at our Senior Awards Assembly. Would all those recipients please stand together to be recognized? Thank you. The program also indicates a list of seniors who are receiving financial awards and scholarships presented by colleges and other organizations. Would those recipients please stand now? Thank you. At this time, I would like to recognize 6 students who have accomplished a rather remarkable feat, and I believe this is a school record. Nathan Birdwell, Athena Konstantakis, Brenna Cronin, Corbin Tinker, Jessica Wang, and Luke Watson have all managed to achieve perfect attendance throughout their entire high school careers. Please join me in celebrating this noteworthy accomplishment. Thank you. I would also like to recognize a student who has committed to proudly serve the United States via Naval Academy appointment. Lily Santamora will spend the next 4 years in Annapolis, Maryland in preparation for her service to the United States Navy. I would like to ask her and everyone in the audience who has served this great country to please stand and receive our appreciation. Thank you so much. There is a long-standing tradition at the high school to award H-pins to students and faculty who have distinguished themselves in some particular way. At the awards assembly, the following students received H-pins: Nathan Birdwell, Lucy Jandoli, Lily Santamaro, and Brady Sullivan. Faculty HPINs are based upon years of service, scholarship, leadership, character, and quality teaching. For many years, we have been giving these HPINs at graduation. At this time, selected students will read brief bios of those teachers and present those pins.
Our first HPIN recipient has been a member of the HTHS staff for 17 years, after spending several years at a school for students with special needs. Upon joining Hawk Nation in 2006, he quickly assimilated himself into our school culture. In class, he drove into our social studies curricula. Aside from teaching his students about the Founding Fathers and the Constitution, he always made sure to impart upon the students the real-world skills they would need to be successful in life. Whether it was guiding students through tax forms or helping them balance a checkbook, he made sure that each of his students left with more tools than they came into the classroom with. This HPIN recipient has also made their mark outside of the classroom, coaching 3 varsity sports throughout their tenure here. In the fall, he helped guide our football team to success on the gridiron. In the winter, he helped our wrestlers find the drive and determination to reach their maximum potential. In the spring season, you can hear him barking out signs from the first base on the softball field and was a part of the 2006 team that won the South Jersey Group 1 title. While he loved his time spent coaching, his greatest joy on the sidelines came from cheering on his children as they completed in various varsity sports. No matter which sport it was, you could always hear his passion and excitement for his kids, often from several hundred feet away. As he departs Hawk Nation this year, we are grateful for his years of service and dedication to his students, including never missing a crazy Olympics. We wish him the best of luck and a lifetime of shorter commutes as he retires to spend time with his family in Sea Isle City. Congratulations and thank you, Mr. Steve Cossaboon.
This next HPIN recipient has an energy about her that just makes other people happy. Her enthusiasm and joy are contagious. It is hard to see this person's smiling face without smiling yourself. This HPIN recipient has spent the past 27 years in the Spanish department, dedicating her time to the growth of her students. Both in and out of the classroom, she has had an incredible impact on the Haddon Township community. She is selfless, kind, and compassionate, always putting others before herself. Just as she cares about her students in the classroom, she cares about them even more outside of the classroom. She is somebody I know we are all better for knowing. Inside of the classroom, her passion for helping her students become the best version of themselves is evident. She challenges her students, always pushing them to find and fulfill their potential. She strives to make her curriculum enjoyable, and it is. From learning how to survive in a Spanish-speaking country, to making our own cooking shows, to acting out scenes from everyone's favorite series, La Katrina, this HPIN recipient never fails to make her classroom an encouraging environment. Not to mention, you most definitely can't pass her room without hearing some lovely Spanish radio. I was lucky enough to be in her class my junior year. During times when I needed it most, she loved, supported, and advocated for me. She would always find a way to help me be successful, no matter what. That's just who she is. So thank you, Mrs. Santiago, for saturating our lives with your energy, encouragement, and love. You have most definitely left Haddon Township better than you found it.
This next HPIN recipient has a special flair about them that leaves us all impressed. She is so loved by her students, and it is evident that she has a passion for what she does through the many years of hard work, dedication, and care she has given to HTHS. Whether she's greeting you in the hallway or creating a unique classroom environment, this teacher will always uplift your day. This recipient's influence is not just contained within the classroom walls. For 14 years, she has spent countless hours in the auditorium working with students to put on breathtaking performances year after year. From a typical blocking rehearsal to a 10 to 10 to opening and closing night, she always puts her best efforts forward, singing and dancing along the way, even in her boot. I have been so lucky to work alongside this recipient over the past 2 years, getting to experience her magic live. Her brilliant blocking and choreography will go down in the books as she has truly left her mark on the Haddon Township Performing Arts Department. While this recipient has a passion for the arts, there is nothing that she loves more than French. She has spent 17 years teaching students of Haddon Township how to connect to a world outside of their own. Being the sole French teacher, she gets the opportunity to create special bonds with her students, with some lasting all the way from 8th to 12th grade. From learning your basic ER verbs to watching the roman photo to struggling to learn the subjunctive, she never fails to make her classroom a safe and fun space. This recipient is so caring and always strives to see her students succeed. As someone who has had this teacher for the past 5 years, I know that we will all be sad to see her go as her time at HT comes to an end. Her sparkle will be missed throughout the halls, however the impact she has made on Haddon Township will never be lost, even when she is 4,062 miles away, living out her dreams in the south of France. It is my honor to present this HPIN to Madame Webb. Thank you for everything. You have done immeasurable things for me and this community, and we all wish you the best of luck on your future endeavor. Mieux vous et moi.
You know, throughout my high school life, there's always been one reoccurring question I've had for this school. What is it that sets us apart? Well, I did my due diligence and I got some answers. And the same reoccurring idea came up again and again. Amicability. Haddon Township is full of people that want you to succeed and will be happy to guide you and help you get there. And this HPIN recipient embodies this aspect of us to a T. This teacher has always been on the ball, ready to push his students to work, but always able to have fun and make quick quips throughout. His contributions to our technology education department have been astronomical, both with classes he used to teach at one time or the classes he currently teaches. We all had this teacher at one time or another through one of our 8th grade classes, and then had the option to move up with him in our journey to high school. I chose this path in my freshman year, and I couldn't have been happier to have a class with this teacher. This teacher has been at Haddon Township so long, they carved out a piece of the school all to himself at this point. You'll know you're in his neck of the woods when you hear a distant "yo" from across the hall, his head peeking out from the dark room, always matched with a smile stretching cheek to cheek. He's always able to make you feel like you're welcome, whether it be from the jokes he cracks, the interesting conversations he can strike up, or from the nicknames he gives you. It makes it all the more personal. I had the luck of having 2 such names in my time with this teacher. The first, and I hate to bring this up, Flapjacks, after my career-creating role in my 9th grade fall play. The second, more used and more recent, is Sammy Hagar, which he still calls me to this day. I'd show you, but had. It is this name that created the connection that allows me to speak so fondly here right now. And though you leave Haddon Township graduating alongside us, the Tech Ed department will never be the same without you. And the great people here will never forget your name. Thank you so much, Mr. Agnew, for your constant dedication to your many crafts, to your students, and to Haddon Township.
This next HPIN recipient has such positive energy that it is contagious. Her ever-present energy spreads to others, making Haddon Township a better place. Her favorite day is Friday, as she never forgets to remind her classes. Both in and out of the classroom, she is a way of connecting with people to bring out the best in them. She is funny, energetic, and caring, always looking out for the well-being of her peers. Her classes are more than just a regular class. By taking her own time and going out of her way to set up fun activities for her students, she makes class enjoyable. She brings out the best in her students. She wants her students to succeed in and out of the classroom. Her flexibility and creativity makes her classroom a place you want to be. She has created an open environment where her students are comfortable and confident and leads them to fulfill their full potential. She is a runner and a state champion coach. She has impacted more people's lives than she knows. She lives in town and is a role model mother and wife for the community. I was blessed to be in her class this year where she revived my love for math. She created a perfect balance between learning and fun, setting us all up for success. Haddon Township would not be the same without this Star Wars and Phineas and Ferb loving teacher. Thank you, Ms. Smith.
The recipient of this HPIN award is one of Haddon Township's most unsung heroes. She is not only one of the most friendly and welcoming people in the building, but also the most resourceful and organized. She has never failed to give you a smile in the hallway or simply ask how you are doing. She spends her days proving over and over how selfless she is, dedicating her entire career to improving the lives of the students. This recipient is passionate about her work and has been in the building for 18 years and practicing nursing for 37 years. Through the COVID-19 pandemic, there was always this one person you could turn to. She reassured us all and kept us all safe while maintaining the quality of each of our high school experiences. Each day during the pandemic, this person would encourage us all to be safe and respectful to others, but never instill fear into their hearts. The work she did during this time cannot be appreciated enough, and she did it all with a smile on her face.
She prepares many of us for sports, making sure our papers are filled out and ready for the season. She never fails to be on top of things, making it so simple to be a part of a team here at HT. While many times seeing her may imply you are not feeling your best, she has a way of doing everything she can to raise your spirits. Working with every individual in the high school to improve the quality of each and every person's day is no easy task, and I cannot think of anyone as perfect for the job as she. She treats each of us as family, just like two of her very own children that went through this building. While the time she's spent at HT is coming to a close, the effect she has had on the building will last much longer. We will forever be thankful for the kindness and dedication you strive for each day. It is a great honor to give this HPIN to Mrs. McCutcheon.
As soon as I set foot in this teacher's classroom, I realized that the goal of their class wasn't to have the cleverest opinion or the most sophisticated interpretations. Instead, the goal was simple: to sit back and open your mind to the truths and perspectives a book has to offer. And those ideas weren't just generated solely by what we read. This teacher taught us to listen and respect different viewpoints, pushing us to dig down to the roots of our beliefs and assumptions. This teacher, who has been at Haddon Township High School for 38 years, conducts our class discussions like a symphony. With insight and humor, he helped us weave together all of our separate lives and experiences to create a truth that everyone could connect and relate to. Often, no matter what point we all started from, the conclusion made us feel like we are all a part of the same story. Sitting in a large circle, we laughed our way through Samuel Beckett's absurdist plays, experienced medieval life through King Lear's eyes, and found ourselves identifying with the heroes of the 19th century Russian literature as they tackled life's big questions. Questions like, how are we supposed to be living down here? What were we put here to accomplish? What should we value? What is truth anyway, and how might we recognize it? How can we feel any peace when some people have everything and others have nothing? How are we supposed to live with joy in a world that seems to want us to love other people, but then roughly separates us from them in the end, no matter what? Megan and I wish we could take credit for these questions, but they are taken from George Saunders' essay, A Swim in the Pond in the Rain, which this teacher chose as the guiding light for our class. They are questions I know we will return to again and again as we continue on our different paths, finding new companions who can help us on our journey of learning, loving, and living. We have this teacher to thank for that. That is why I am honored to present this award to Mr. John Gluckman.
This final HPIN recipient has demonstrated their commitment to our community and made an impact on us all in various ways, directly or indirectly. Their classroom has served as a positive and encouraging environment for all kinds of HTHS students, and they never fail to make everyone feel welcomed. Throughout their time here, they have transformed the visual arts as well as the performing arts in ways unimaginable to us all. This recipient has worked as the Haddon Township Arts Coordinator for the past 10 years, and with this title has spent countless hours doing the necessary behind-the-scenes work. From setting up extravaganzas, to photographing actors on stage, to managing her up-and-coming Insta fame, this recipient has worked hard to ensure things went smoothly and were enjoyable for everyone involved. I have firsthand seen her dedication to our arts department through 7 musicals, 6 plays, 4 New York trips, and countless ceramics class periods filled with laughter. From my 6th grade musical, shout out Music Man, all the way to the extravaganza last week, this recipient has served as a major role model in my life, and she will continue to do so for years to come after her retirement.
Beyond being the arts coordinator, this recipient has taught at HTHS for 27 years, providing a place where thousands of students have been able to explore and become confident in visual arts. I feel lucky to have had the opportunity to be a student of this recipient from the first day of my freshman year to the last day of my senior year. I have seen the time and care she puts in not only for me, but for all of her students. When things do not go exactly as planned, this recipient is always there, not with judgment, but with guidance and solutions. In addition to this recipient takes the time to connect with each and every one of her students, whether that be brainstorming themes for ceramics collection or leaving personalized comments on our gradebooks. Her ability to understand and connect with all kinds of people will be greatly missed. Spencer and I and all of HTHS will miss her kindness, her hard work, and her unwavering support. And although she will not be here next year to plan another flawless art open house or to express her love for Sapphire Blue Glaze, her impact on everyone she has taught and on the arts department will remain with us forever. And with that, it is our absolute honor to present the wonderful Miss Kipp with this HPIN. Our appreciation for you is infinite. And we wish you nothing but the best as you begin your next journey.
Stay classy, Miss Kipp.
Friends, relatives, honored guests. Graduates, where will your road take you? I believe Nate opened with that a little earlier. This is a theme of the art of racing in the rain. A story of a dog and his master, who happens to drive race cars for a living. Enzo, the dog, narrates the entire work, along the way demonstrating an uncommonly mature perspective on human existence, while trying to address that very same question: where will your road take you? It is at this time in culminating events such as commencement exercises, the speaker will attempt to persuade the audience that the road should eventually lead to your happiness. Well, I posit this to be self-evident, therefore requiring no persuasion on my part whatsoever. Instead, I would like to focus on the vehicle that should get all of us to that destination, and that is love. Pope Francis reminds us to be happy is to find strength in forgiveness, hope in battles, security in the stage of fear, and love in discord. And while forgiveness, hope, and courage are all integral parts of that metaphorical machine, it is in fact love, particularly in the face of discord, that is undeniably the driving force. Written a month or so after the U.S. deployed ground troops in Vietnam, the song "What the World Needs Now" by Burt Bacharach immediately supplied an answer to its own title. It is simply, but profoundly, love, sweet love. Why? Because it's the only thing there's just too little of. Over the past 58 years, well over 200 covers of that song have been recorded. However, for me, the most stirring version is a mix by a radio DJ named Tom Clay. The reason? He starts and finishes the song with a series of simple questions he asks of a young child. They are: what is segregation? What is bigotry? What does hate mean? And finally, what is prejudice? To each of the first three queries, the child answers innocently enough, "I don't know." To the fourth, that child answers poignantly, I think it is when somebody is sick." There is a good reason such a prolific singer-songwriter as Mr. Bacharach chose to end each of his live shows with that same song for the remainder of his long and storied career. There is great power in its simplicity. It is so easily realized by anyone who truly cares about anything more than themselves. During the same time, a man named Fred Rogers, during 900 episodes, over 33 years of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, lovingly provided emotional education for children and their parents and guardians on a variety of topics, such as the death of a family member, divorce, transferring schools, to RFK's assassination, nuclear war, racial injustice, and 9/11. He understood and lived the words of American poet Elizabeth Bishop, whose themes often include the struggle to find a sense of belonging, when she states that love must be put into action. In 1971, a band named 10 Years After released the song, "I'd Like to Change the World." That also happens to be the first line of the song, followed despairingly by, "But I don't know what to do." Well, you can start by heeding the advice of Superintendent Dr. Fisicaro shared on January 2nd of this year. He quoted Dan Millman from Steps for a Great New Year, which could easily be read, Steps for a Great Life, or World even. To awaken your heart, Mr. Millman suggests we treat others with love and kindness, whether or not we feel that way in that moment. Furthermore, we should do something every day that brings joy to yourself and to others. I believe we should examine ourselves daily, even for a moment, and reflect upon just how much love we give in comparison to how much we receive. Students, look before you now and appreciate just how much love your parents, guardians, and other family members share with you every day of your lives in ways great and small, with no expectation of anything in return. Look too upon these educators, so many of whom are retiring after decades of selfless service and love for you and your friends. Begin to truly understand that when you give and expect a return, that is an investment. When you give and expect nothing back, that is love. There is no justice, there is no peace without love. Period. End of sentence. In 1985, the year of my high school graduation, We Are the World was an enormous hit. It was performed by a supergroup to raise funds for humanitarian aid in Africa. This outpouring of love made an incredible impact on me. Almost 40 years later, I ask, has anything really changed? Well, I think a couple of things stand out. While we still are the world, that world now includes all of you. Additionally, the need for unconditional love is greater than ever. Just a few years after Mr. Baccarat told us what he thought the world needed, the young bloods answered with, "Come on, people now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together. Try to love one another right now. Not tomorrow or next week or when it's convenient, but right now." They then presented us with, "If you hear the song I sing, you will understand. Listen, you hold the key to love and fear all in your trembling hand. Just one key unlocks them both. It's there at your command." Ultimately, the choice is yours. As our dear friend Mr. Bill continually reminds us, every choice has a consequence. Be proud to consistently choose love over hatred and fear, for it certainly will make this a better place for you and me. Take care always, and God bless. Dr. Fisicaro, I certify that all members present from the class of 2023 have met all the requirements for graduation as set forth by the New Jersey State Board of Education and the Haddon Township Board of Education, and I recommend each for a Haddon Township High School diploma.
Thank you, Mr. O'Brien. Dear graduates, on behalf of the Board of Education, I congratulate each of you on this special achievement. It has been an honor to play a role in your educational journey, along with your parents and guardians who love you, and your teachers and administrators who have worked so hard and cared so deeply. Each of you has left an incredible mark on this community. As you embark on the next chapter of your lives, remember that your high school education is not a means to an end, but the foundation on which you will continue to build. Carry this torch to illuminate your path ahead. The next step of your journey is not about finding yourself, but instead creating oneself, one day at a time. The path to peace comes when you stop trying to control the world around you and take responsibility for controlling the world within you. Each of you has the power within you to create a reality aligned to your daily choices, personal values, priorities, and faith. Comparison is the thief of joy. Don't compare yourselves to others, but learn to compete with who you were yesterday. Part of success is about being superior to your previous self so you can dance in the symphony of life as the hero of your own story. The artist Pablo Picasso's mother once said to him as a boy, "If you are a soldier, become a general. If you are a monk, become the Pope," to which he replied, "Mother, I am a painter, and I will become Picasso." In a world of distraction, learn to put a premium in focusing on the present. Do what needs to be done right now and do it well, and then move on to the next thing. Follow this process, not the outcome. Turn the page. The fabric that weaves the story of Haddon Township's class of 2023 is interwoven with many amazing stories of courage and resolute determination. Collectively, you came in with a pandemic and went out with a forest fire. Two things will always stand out to me about this group: the individual obstacles that so many of you have overcome with inspirational perseverance, faith, and determination, and how well you were able to get along. In a world filled with strife and conflicts, where so many people seem to be running to a corner or taking a side, you have been a beacon of harmony and unity. My hopes and prayers for each of you are that you will dream big with your head in the clouds, but your feet on the ground, finding your balance and your path in your new journey ahead. Congratulations, good luck, and God bless.
Today, I stand before you representing the Board of Education, and we join your families, friends, and educators to celebrate your achievements, your hard work, and your journey toward this milestone of graduation. This day is a testament to your dedication, resilience, and unwavering spirit. You've conquered challenges, overcome obstacles, and grown into exceptional individuals ready to embark on the next chapter of your lives. As you move forward, remember that life is not solely defined by accolades or titles. It's about the relationships you build, the impact you make, and the values you uphold. You've spent years under the guidance of extraordinary educators who've nurtured your intellect, challenged your assumptions, and encouraged your curiosity. Carry those lessons with you and continue to be lifelong learners. In this fast-paced world, it's easy to get lost in the noise and forget the importance of compassion and empathy. As you leave Haddon Township High School, hold on to the values of kindness, respect, and understanding, and never underestimate the power of your actions, no matter how small they may seem. Graduates, as you receive your diplomas, remember that you're not just leaving behind the walls of this school, you're carrying the spirit of Haddon Township within you. Embrace the future with enthusiasm, chase your dreams with unwavering dedication, and never forget the lessons learned within these halls. You're the architects of a brighter tomorrow. Congratulations, class of 2023.
At this time, would Senior Class President Nathan Birdwell and Senior Class Vice President Lily Santamaro go forward and receive your diplomas. Nathan and Lily will assist me by reading the names of their peers who will also be receiving diplomas.
Elise Marie Curran. Ella Gail Noon. Corbin Greenlee Tinker. Joshua Michael Dykus. Megan Catherine Moran. Spencer James Howard. Rylan Lee Earhart. Alyssa Jean Walton. Colin Charles Colby. Colin Michael Dempsey. Anna Grace Minuti. Amelia Elizabeth Miller. Ava Catherine Moran. Ever Marino Jr.
Kayla Elizabeth Blair. Ava Frances Gentry. Isabella Josephine Gertrude Patton. Alexandria Lynn Konstantakis. Alani Carrasquillo. Madeline Ray Johnston. Victoria Ann Miller. Catriona McKay Dieter. Lola Mead Tolman. Avery Grace Ellen. Brian Alexander Stork. Veronica Marie Clausen. Charlize Michaela Lagares. Brady Catherine Sullivan. Athena Grace Konstantakis. Brianna D. Brannigan.
Autumn Adiasha Fields. Haley Elizabeth Brush. Rachel Elizabeth Simpkins. Sophia Marie Konstantakis. Cameron Jean Woolston. Riley Juliana Trainer. Kelly Ann Malash. Lainey May Gordon. Ashley Jean Jardis. Grace Rose O'Meara. Jessica Wang. Ella Marie Chereau. Alexa Marie Kozarski. Tiffany Sun Wong. Sean Stephen Bloom. Gwyneth Ann Harris.
Yeah, Gwen?
Grace Elizabeth McHugh. Abigail Patricia Lippincott. Megan Elizabeth Letts. Aiden Quinn Donlin. Julia Elizabeth Barton. Sarah Elizabeth Wiedemann. Claudia Rose Messer. Riley J. Johnston. Natasha Kathleen Swan. Sarah Elizabeth Williams. Mary Margaret Fleming. Delaney Elizabeth McCoy. Ryan Christopher Donlin. Sarah Ann Lex. Charlotte Annalise Osborne. Marissa Rose Rodriguez.
Ethan Jeffrey Blatcher. Hyro Padine Jr. Natalie Grace Dinnerman. Bria Lynn Miller. Brenna Rose Cronin. Cregan Grace Baldoni. Nora Patricia Anderson. Christian Adam Miller. Joshua Ramirez. Abigail Hope Smith. Liam Paul Joseph Bagnell. Bridget Elizabeth Bonner. Olivia Lynn Dowse. Margaret Mary Mulligan. Sophia Barbara Parks. Nora Ann Bradley.
Caitlin Ann Kuna. Ali Jamal Bangora. Alexis Connor Price. Mark Boncho McGuire. Lucy Rose Jandoli. Robert Justin Harmon. Caroline Victoria Filosa. Evan Lee Dixon. Matthew James Harley. Claire Mariel Burkett. Ileana Patricia Klein. Ethan Alexander Mileto. Ryan Thomas Schultz. Seamus Peyton Tillane. Baxter Young Gallagher. Jagger Elvis Davis.
Benjamin Corley Roush. Finnegan Shay McGovern. Moshidan Jabber. Eric Sun Min Han. Preston Nicholas Cassidy. Kyle Oyola. Rylan Blue Martinelli. Jessica Caroline Howley. James Joseph Hinesley. Alex Hoyd. Luke Michael Watson. Ethan William Scalia. Fiona Danielle Gallagher. Bryant Nicholas Inga. Cole David Johnson. Dominic Clayton Miller.
Noel Henry Martin Hecht. Nathaniel Richard D. Cristoforo. Jesus Becker. Nicholas Marco Munoz. Aiden Matthew Jacobson. Logan Patrick Haynes. Zachary Sean Gruber. Robert Franklin Evans III. Stephen Charles Coyle III. Ryan Patrick Gallagher. Cameron Keith Hanrahan. Joshua Fett Heyerbacher. Logan Lance Miller. Zion Rembert. Alec Michael Borelli. Isaac Oak DeHaven.
Tyler James Levins. Zion Robertson Campbell. Cameron John Neal. Sean Joseph Ifey. Adam Noah Sprinsky. Colton Lewis Shaw. Graham Christopher Loram. Joshua Trey Dockery. Landon James Maroney. Valentine Thomas Soltis III. Charles Abraham Balaban. Luke Roderick Gerber. Eric Henry Almer. Luke James Chatton. Calvin Richard Merck. Joseph Paul Savell.
James Robert Cusick. Thomas Harrison Smith. And John McKay Ambrose.
Ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, faculty members, and most importantly, my fellow graduates, I am delighted to have this opportunity to speak to you tonight. Today marks a monumental milestone in our lives. As we stand here on the cusp of a new chapter, it is only fitting to reflect upon the journey that has brought us to this point. As I contemplated the days preceding this occasion, I found myself immersed in thought, seeking a way to craft a different kind of speech, something unique, that would have greater meaning to me and also mean something to all of you. This inspired me to write a poem, which encapsulates this important moment. Here's the poem. In the realms of caps and gowns, where dreams and aspirations abound, we gather here a united class to celebrate our forged path. From the first day we stepped through the door, in pursuit of knowledge, seeking something more. We embark on a journey, both winding and steep, but our determination ran fierce and deep. Through countless hours of study and strain, we persevered, defying the odds, still our spirits remain. We overcame obstacles, big and small. With resilience we rose, standing tall. In classrooms filled with laughter and thought, we discovered our passions through lessons taught. From the teachers who guided us with care, nurturing minds, igniting a flare. And alongside us, our classmates stood, friends who lifted us like pillars of good. Together we laughed, cried, and grew. Together we became more than just a me, a you. Now the time has come to spread our wings, to embrace the future that beckons and sings. The world awaits our endless potential as we step forth, confident and influential. Let us remember the lessons we've learned as we navigate the twists and turns. Integrity, compassion, and empathy too, the values that determine me and you. For we are the dreamers, the movers, the shakers, the architects of change, the risk takers. In our hands lies the power to create a world of harmony, love, and fate. To the class of 2023, the world awaits, to which we are free. Embrace the unknown with courage and might. Let us begin this journey with our lights shining bright. To my fellow graduates of 2023, congratulations on this remarkable achievement. May we continue to learn, to grow, and to make our mark on the world. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the Haddon Township High School class of 2023.
Walk with me, I'll walk with you. Down this troubled road, we stumbled into. We're all in this thing together, we're gonna make it through. If you walk with me, I'll walk with you. Be there for me, I'll be there for you. When we're riding out of hope, when we don't know what to do, like a candle in the darkness, shining bright and true. Be there for me, I'll be there for you. Oh, everything is gonna be alright. Everything is gonna be alright. Alright. You and me got better days coming. Yeah, everything is gonna be alright. Walk with me, I'll walk with you. I know the rain of today will bring tomorrow's bloom, where we can't see where we're going, what the world is coming to. You walk with me, I'll walk with you. You'll be alright. Walk with me. Ooh, I will walk with you. Oh, walk with me. And I will walk with you.